Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. Happy Getting Crypto here. So huddle round, gather round, grab your teas, grab your coffees. Let's dive into it. If you're new here, beware of scammers, beware of doppelgangers, beware of anyone pretending to be me. I'm never going to DM you anything like that. Let's move on to the subject in hand. So let's move over to the top burners list. As you can see when it loads, there we go. We've got the 1.2% tax is currently in third place, okay? So it's climbing. Okay, it's at 349 million. So let's dive into the current burn issues right now. The biggest issue out there right now, any projects that are really related to smart contracts, which is near all of them, are either not working or they're not working. It's as simple as that. So I did warn Terra Rebels this would happen. I tried getting in contact with Ed, asked, because it was such a huge issue to explain exactly how this was going to negatively affect LUNAPunks. And I had no doubt it was going to affect a lot of other projects if it affected LUNAPunks in this way. But nothing, no call, no nothing. They must not have saw it as a problem. I mentioned it in multiple Twitter spaces to another person. They said it wouldn't be a problem. They didn't know that that was an issue that was going to be a thing. I knew it was an issue. That's why I'd asked again. And lo and behold, we have a huge issue. LUNAPunks is down. Projects like Prison Protocol down. Lunar Burning Nights down. And these projects, right, as much as you want to sit there and go, oh, they're just NFT projects and other projects, they provide a lot of volume for the overall consensus of things. And every single project counts. Okay. And it needs fixing. I've got direct messages right now saying pretty much that they can't even get in contact with Terra Rebels, or they're not even writing back to these people or willing to help. And if I'm hearing that from project leaders, I don't understand why they would lie. Why would they not contact, lie, or, I just don't get it. I don't get why there's no direct line of inquiry. I mean, a lot of these projects probably didn't even know this was going to happen, because there's just not enough direct information. It's kind of a free-for-all. You've got to find your own way, find your own path, and it is what it is at the end of the day. And I know people have made YouTube channels and stuff like that, and, all the best to them and things, but we need a direct line of inquiry like now. Okay, for projects that need support, there should be developers on standby for support. And the fact that this update went out without even thinking about how smart contracts were going to be affected by this is not good. So now let's move on to the next issues. There's only like 5 Cex'S actually burning right now. We've got KuCoin, Cryptex, Gate.io. Binance have burnt a little bit, but they've not turned back on withdrawals and deposits again. They turned it on once, then turned it off, and it hasn't been turned back on since. So they must be, messing around or what, and they must not have something correct. And a lot of these exchanges are charging another tax on top of that 1.2% burn tax, and we'll get onto that in a second. And the fact that these exchanges are applying more pressure to this tax just goes to show that they're not here for the community. They're just like, what's in it for us? What can we get? Oh, there's nothing in that tax for us. Okay, well, we'll add our own little tax on top. Call it an administration fee. But what are they really doing? If they were so community driven, they would just do it, slap the 1.2% burn tax on, and let the proof be in the pudding. That's how you build a solid customer base, is with trust, transparency, and not misleading people. And then making bold claims as to you support the community and you support the burn tax, you're for the community. And it's just like, no, you're not. So Binance, we figured out, okay, so KuCoin so far burnt, last time I checked, 110 million. Cryptex has burnt 180 million. Okay, so if Binance, we figured out if Binance had been burning, okay, since when KuCoin was, they would have burnt 660 million. Because obviously we can track their volume, so on and so forth. So we figured that out. And it just goes to show, do you know what I mean? That even Binance are late to the party, and none of these Cex'S were ready to implement this, even like coming out, well, we support this, we support that. And we had a list of like 15 Cex'S, but yet we've only got 4, 5 at the most, maybe a couple more now, but who knows? So yeah, really interesting to see the slow start from the Cex'S. So do know this, folks, the majority of what's been burnt so far has come from on chain, and then also from KuCoin and Cryptex, but the majority of it had come from on-chain sort of transactions. Like, they had to happen on-chain, regardless of the burns being in either Cryptex or KuCoin. They had to happen on-chain. And remember, KuCoin's got a node as well with high vote power, meaning they're getting good rewards, meaning they've got to pay taxes, like if they move those coins off the chain, so to speak. So very interesting to see that. And, you know, like I said, we need all transaction taxed. We need the smart contract system figured out, fixed, direct lines of communication for all of these project leaders and developers and stuff. And yeah, it's as simple as that. And there's projects out there that are claiming to do, you know, loads of burns, because there's like 6 different coins that are claiming, you know, they're going to burn all of the circulating supply. But without utility, it's just unsustainable to keep burning and relying on just new users joining the space, or relying on merchandise or anything like that. It's all, you know, you really got to think these things out before you start selling someone a coin. And it's exactly why I never got involved in it. So let's move over to this photo, and it's a member of my group, and he's obviously messaged in to eToro. So as of September 20th, LUNC is implementing a tax of 1.2%, which is requesting to be implemented across all exchanges. The tax and burn mechanism affects the operating costs on. It annoys me when you get like a direct message back and there's a spelling mistake. I mean, my grammar's terrible, but Jesus, you're doing a job. The tax and burn mechanism affects the operating costs associated with offering of LUNCs. As such, an operational fee of 0.6% will be added to eToro's bid and ask prices for LUNC, on top of the standard 1% fee that is calculated when buying or selling crypto assets on eToro. So there's an example here, and it shows you if you buy, so if you bid or ask and you actually get it, that's what you're going to be paying on a percentage scale. So you can see the 1.2% burn taxes in there. We just need them to make a proper announcement, I guess, saying, you know, we support the 1.2% burn tax on all of our transactions on chain. That'd be really good. So does that mean this? Yes, I think so at this point. And I think possibly there'll be the second exchange to do it. That's right, the second exchange, because Coinin did it first. Even with them being small, even with a squeaky chair, they still did it. So, folks, I'm going to, like I've been saying over the past few weeks, my focus is mainly on the YouTube community, because there's just so many people on here that all the time you're so supportive, you're always there. And you're always rolling up, turning up to all the live streams. You're really digesting the information. And I get so much horse from people on Twitter. And 95% of the time, they've not even watched a video. They're just giving you jip over the title. And it's just, you know, I'm just using it pretty much for a port of information like everybody else. But I just don't see the benefit to, you know, it. In my opinion, my focus should be more on my community, more on answering questions to people in the YouTube comment section, for people that have actually watched and listened to the information, processed it, and then are asking questions, because I find those are the most viable ones to answer, because the people actually understand what you've just spoken about, and then they can sort of, you know, go at it negatively or positively as and when they please, so to speak. So stay safe out there. I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. We will catch you in the next one. Shoo!